What's up, guys? Hope y'all have had a great week this week. Wanted to shoot this quick video. I got a lot of response from the last video I did where I talked about using a pool float that actually will sit you up and you can kind of float around in a pool. And so I got a lot of response from that, and I had a couple messages that asked me, like, do you actually swim or do you just float in your pool? And the answer is I float in my pool and I also like to swim. So I thought I would shoot a quick video to show you exactly how I swim. So one of the things with having cerebral palsy is obviously I have almost zero balance. I mean, I can stand up and I can do that, but I can't do that without assistance. And you definitely don't want to let go of me, because if you let go of me, I'm going to fall. So what I've found is, growing up, when I was a kid, I would use the normal floats that kids use. But as I got older, that started to get a lot harder because obviously my body was growing and developing. And if you look at pool floats for children and things like that, they only go up to a certain size. And so once you get past that size, you're in trouble. And so as an adult, like, I would use the pool floats that go around you, kind of like a donut. And they were okay, but they didn't give me the freedom that I actually wanted and the freedom that I actually needed. Like, I want to be able to move my arms and legs and swim just like everybody else, not necessarily just get in a donut and maybe move my arms and legs a little bit. I actually wanted to have the freedom to be able to swim. So one of the things that I started looking at was life vests, and that has actually really worked well for me. I went to Walmart and I actually tried on some life vests to make sure I got the right size. And let me just recommend that you do that. You do not just want to order what you think is the right size for you off of Amazon, because let me tell you a little secret. I went to Walmart thinking that I would need an adult small, because that is actually what I wear in clothing, is adult small, whether that's, man shirt or a lady shirt. And what I found was I actually needed to go to the youth department. So my life jacket is actually a youth, what's the weight size? Weight of like 60 to 90 pounds. That is actually the size that I use, because that's the size that fits me the best. It hugs my body. It's not too big, and I can still actually tighten it up, to tell you the truth, to keep it from riding up on me, because obviously when you get in the water, it's going to come up on you just a little bit, because that's the idea. And so what the life vest actually does for me is I always use this example, it makes me like a cork in water. Like, I just kind of bob up and down, and that's what I want. It helps keep my core stable so that I can move my arms and legs and do other things, because I don't have that core stability without it. So that's what I found that really worked well for me with my balance and things like that, is that life vest gives me the core strength that I don't have yet. And so it helps me just stay upright in the water and I can move. However, what I did find is that even with that life vest, I tend to go forward. And so I spent a lot of time trying to keep my head above water instead of actually having fun. And it kind of it gave me stability, but it still left me a little unstable. Hence, what I have just found, and I just dropped the other one, so you'll have to excuse me, but I found these little floaties. Now, here's the thing with the arm floaties. You see them all the time for children, and they're great, but they only inflate, like, they're like triangles, and so one part of the triangle will inflate and the other part of the triangle will inflate, and then the part that actually goes around your arm is just like a little band. It doesn't inflate. And to be honest with you, I don't fit in the children's ones, obviously, even though I'm only 4'10" and about 100 pounds. I don't fit in the children's ones because my arm muscles are so big. So again, I'm wearing a youth life vest, but these are actually floaties for adults. And I'm going to put the Amazon link in the description. I got these off of Amazon. And if you look at it, the whole thing inflates. So it's not just like only two pieces inflate. The whole thing inflates. And this has actually given me exactly what I need. So the vest gives me the ability to have that core stability, and the floaties on my arms actually allows me to be upright just like anybody else in the water, but still have the freedom to move and swim and do the things I want to do. So I definitely recommend these floaties. And like I said, these are amazing because the whole thing inflates, not just part of it. And then the last thing that I use that I think a lot of people forget about are these pool shoes. And so these shoes, the reason I wear these shoes, they're not weighted. And I know that's what you're thinking. Oh, it puts weight on her and pulls her down. Actually, the reason I wear these pool shoes is because since I don't walk a lot, my feet are really tender. Because obviously, you walk around barefoot, your feet get used to that, right? Well, my feet aren't used to that, so they're super tender. So a lot of times, if somebody's putting me in the pool, they'll get bumped, and of course by accident. So with these, and I wear these shoes to go surfing too, and so these keep my feet safe, if you will, from getting bumps and bruises and things. So I wear them in the pool. They don't weigh me down, believe it or not. It just, even in the pool, like bumping them on the bottom and things like that, it protects my feet against those. So I definitely recommend some pool shoes, some water shoes as they're called. And you can get these anywhere. These actually came from Walmart. The floaties I ordered off of Amazon, and then the life vest I got from Walmart. So again, you kind of have to figure out what works for you. I know you may be paralyzed and watching this video, and I want to say I know a lot of people who are paralyzed, like they just tend to float because they can't move their body and they can't swim. But you know, sometimes you don't want to float. Sometimes you actually want to be in the water. And I know one of the concerns that I've heard from a lot of people who like want to swim is like, well, if I get in the water, my legs tend to come up because everything else is kind of weighted down by the floats. And that's true. So one of the things you can do, I have a friend that does this and it works perfect for her, is getting some weights, and actually like ankle weights, and putting that. Now they don't have to be heavy. Like I'm talking about like a pound or half a pound weights to put around your legs, and that will pull your legs down and help keep you upright. Because that actually does happen to me too. If my legs get out from under me, my legs are going to be out in front, and I'm just going to be floating in the water until somebody comes and actually like pushes them back down. That doesn't happen a lot, but it can. I don't wear the ankle weights. It's just not something that I need. But if you do feel like you need something like that, by all means, go for it. And again, I don't think you should have to float around a pool. I think you should be able to get in the water and actually enjoy it. So I wanted to put this out there just in case there was somebody looking, you know, and you're having trouble. And it's taken me years to find what actually works for me, but it's only because it's something that I wanted, and so it's something that I needed to do research on. So again, you're gonna look like a Oompa Loompa a little bit with the life vest and the floaties and the water shoes, but you know what? If that's what helps you have fun, then I say go for it. So hopefully this was helpful for you. And even if you're not in a wheelchair, hopefully it answered some questions for you as far as how I swim. I just wanted to kind of throw that out to you. Hopefully it was helpful for you. And I will see you guys next week. Hit me up if you have any questions. And remember, there's nothing you can't do.